Hey, my fellow Scorpios. Welcome to your weekly forecast for September 9th through the 15th. We've got a full moon coming up on the 13th. We're going to see how that might be affecting our Scorpio friends, our little Scorpio tribe. We're going to use two different decks. This is going to be your weekly messages. This is going to be moon messages from a different deck. As always, I will have deck info in the description of the video for those of you who want to check that out. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up for Scorpio sun, moon, and rising. As always, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more. But we're going to see what is coming up here for our lovely Scorps. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's get right on in it. Monday, Tuesday. Ooh, we have the Fool card coming up. Okay. This came up at the end of the week for Virgo. Sometimes that happens. So some of you may have a moon in Virgo, or your rising may be in Virgo. I have a Venus in Virgo. So you might just kind of be feeling a similar thing there. Okay. Or you may be dealing in that energy, but this is the new beginning card, or the Fool card in traditional tarot. Okay, I know some of you are going to be commenting already in the comments, that came up for me in my sun sign or in my moon sign, or I'm seeing it again. So take this as confirmation. Okay, take this as confirmation that you're on that wave, you're on that energy. So the Fool card in traditional tarot, we know, is obviously, as it says here, the beginning or the initiation. It's something very new. Okay, it's something very new, and it's something very like you're feeling called to do it. It might not make sense to other people why you're going in this direction or why you're doing this thing. It could be that some people just kind of feel like you're making too many changes, or you're making these changes too quickly. But there's a whole thing with the Fool card where we're feeling called. It's a leap of faith. We're taking a leap of faith into a new direction. And we have the full moon coming up on the 13th, but that moon is really jumping out at me here. So this is telling me, Scorpio, that a lot of you are going to be feeling the full moon energy pretty early, okay? You're going to be feeling it well 3 days before. A lot of you know that I've said those of you who are sensitive to the moon energy, you're going to feel it 3 days before. You're going to feel it 3 days after. But a lot of you Scorpios this week, you're going to be feeling it, you know, right off the bat, you know, like a good almost week before, like at the very beginning of the week when it's coming at the end of the week. So you're going to be doing a lot of release. And I feel the release for you guys again. Look, you see how my phone just made that noise? You guys need to listen. This is going to be significant. Spirit just gave us a confirmation right now that this is what's happening. So what I was going to say, my darlings, is this card came up for another sign. I said in the beginning of the week, but I didn't get the message that I'm getting for Scorpios. And again, if the boobies are offensive to anybody, please do forgive the boobies. I figure either you've got them, you've seen them, or you've got a pretty good idea of what they look like. So we're not going to freak out about it. So hopefully it's not offensive to you. But it's significant with what I'm about to say. It's like this flower is opening up, this lotus, and she's coming out of this flower. So Scorpio, for you guys, this new beginning, this release that's happening for you in the full moon, I feel like you're releasing your fear of being seen. Like some of you maybe have been like cocooned up for a long time, or there's certain things you've been holding back and you haven't been doing because you've been afraid of attention. Okay. Some people don't like attention. Some people love it, right? But, you know, there's a lot of us who don't like it, especially with Scorpios. We can be pretty kind of private sometimes, or we can be, depending on the experiences that we've had, we may just kind of feel like it's safer not to draw attention to ourselves. We might like to be in a little corner somewhere, like away from people. But something is happening here where you're releasing this fear. and you're taking this step, you're taking this leap of faith, and it's going to feel a little bit vulnerable for you, Scorpio. This is what you're releasing. You're releasing this, that scary part of vulnerability. I always think of this, like I imagine it like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon. Like, you know, if you, like she's naked, right? And she's like in this little flower bud, and as it opens up and she comes out, like, think about that, like the air on your skin, and it, you know, she's like doesn't have clothes on. That can be very vulnerable. You know, the air may feel very cold, but she's embracing it, and she's just in this energy of just taking it in, like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the light to shine on me. I'm ready to let my true colors show here. I'm ready for, you know, to be seen. For some of you, this could be with intimacy, okay? Maybe some of you, like, you've been in hiding for a long time, and it's been a long time since you've dated, or it's been a long time since you've been with somebody. So maybe for some of you, this is like a physical, like really like a physical coming out, like, you know, where you're getting it on with somebody, or you're coming into a relationship or something like that. But I think for the majority of you, this is more in a symbolic sense, you know, where you're just like, I'm ready to take the step forward in the way I'm feeling guided to go. And I'm ready to be successful because I'm ready to come out of hiding. And so you're releasing that vulnerability in that way. Your Wednesday and Thursday card, look how we have like this theme here of like naked angels coming out of wings and flowers and things like that. So definitely a sense of vulnerability, Scorpio. Like some of you are maybe feeling a little bit vulnerable right now. So something might be happening that's like triggering your emotions or feelings, or you're just really getting tired of, you know, having the defenses up, and you're ready to let the walls down, and you're feeling a little bit exposed in that way. You're feeling a little bit exposed on that path. But Four of Angels coming up here in traditional tarot is going to be what we know as Four of Swords. And Four of Swords is a time of retreat. It's a time of rest. It's a time to meditate, to gather your thoughts. Usually when I see Four of Swords coming up, it's somebody who's mentally and emotionally exhausted. So some of you might just be really just barely now gathering all the things you've been through the last few years of your life. I feel what's happening for a lot of you Scorpios is that you are coming out of a time where you really struggled, where you had like really severe financial problems, or you had hardships. Like maybe you like went through like, you know, some very big changes and being uprooted and moving around, or, you know, coming out of a divorce or whatever it might have been. You might have had a lot of like traumatic or difficult things happen to you, but because maybe you didn't have somebody to lean on to take care of you or support you, or you had children that were depending on you. Like I don't have kids, but maybe some of you are like children that were depending on you, or you didn't have anybody to depend on. So you had to suck it up and keep going. You didn't have time to cry about whatever trauma you went through. You didn't have time to cry about being sad about, you know, whatever happened, even though you have a right to be sad about it, because it was a matter of survival. It was a matter of go time. Like I can't sit here and be sad or feel sorry for myself because I got to keep a roof over my head, or I got to keep food on the table. So I feel like a lot of you are coming out of that struggle to where things are more stable now, or they're becoming more stable. So you don't have as much of like the go energy. You're going to have some downtime this week, and it's something is happening in that downtime with the full moon coming up, and our energies are more sensitive. And Scorpio, obviously it seems like there's this vulnerability that's coming in, and we're feeling a little bit naked or a little bit exposed. A lot of that old stuff is going to come to the surface. So you might find yourself crying about things that happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. You might find yourself crying about something from your childhood, and it's going to feel intense. And so this is why a lot of you have Four of Swords, is like midweek, you may be kind of keeping to yourself, or you may be just kind of laying low or taking the day off or playing hooky or something, because you might really be in your feelings that day. I would like to point out, this is about 3 days before the full moon. So this is when a lot of you who are feeling this moon specifically might be feeling it the strongest. And so you're in this energy of this release. So just ride out the waves. Don't judge yourself for it. Don't freak out about it. Don't get scared about it. You're not going to stay this emotional forever. Just ride out the wave and understand it's coming to the surface because it's ready to be released now. That's all it is. You didn't have time to feel it back then because you were busy. You had to keep going. You didn't have time to think about your feelings. And now is the time for it to come up and be released so that you're making room within yourself to receive something really big. Okay, you're opening up so you can receive something really big. And you got to get this old stuff out of the way so you have room for this really big thing that you're going to have coming in and that you're going to be manifesting. All right? So your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is 10 of Stars. And I really love the artwork. So pretty. Like I want to go home and paint right now. So 10 of Stars, you have, this is going to be in traditional tarot, 10 of Pentacles, okay? So this is abundance. This is, but it's funny because it says hoarding here. So see, like the keywords are very different. Like we think of 10 of Pentacles, we're like, oh yes, amazing card. But here it says 10 of Stars, or, you know, with 10 of Pentacles, it's hoarding. So, okay, I don't know. You want to take it as hoarding, you can take it as hoarding. Maybe some of you are realizing there's a lot of things in your physical environment that need to go, that need to be purged. Maybe you're like, okay, it's time for me to start making little piles, give things away to, you know, Goodwill, give things away to friends and family, you know, get rid of the broken stuff, throw it away. So some of you may be clearing space in that way. Some of you may be feeling the energy in the traditional 10 of Pentacles kind of way, which is manifesting, which is creating, which is abundance, which is new opportunities. But overall, I feel more the energy of manifesting. You're creating something, bringing something into existence, not necessarily about money, not necessarily about finance. For some of you, it could be, right? Especially those of you who've been struggling for a long time and that's been an issue for you. You may be manifesting money or an opportunity, a work opportunity, but I feel some of you are manifesting something that's giving you roots, because I'm looking at this and it's making, like, I see like tree roots, and that's jumping out at me. And then all this stuff here at the bottom, oh wow, I just got something crazy come up as I was looking at that. This, to me, what I just saw in the image really confirmed or emphasized what I was just saying about getting the old stuff out so you could receive this really big thing. And so we have this tree here, and there's this stuff here at the bottom that's like pushing, looks like it's pushing out of the soil, like coming out, almost like these little zombies that are digging out of the dirt. They're clawing their way out of the dirt. They're coming to the surface. So I do feel like old experiences are coming to the surface for some of you, and that's maybe what some of you have been hoarding. You've been pushing down these old feelings, but they're coming to the surface, and once they get to the surface, there's this transformation where each trauma, each unpleasant experience, you're beginning to realize, oh my goodness, like as you're dusting it off, as you're looking at it, as you're releasing it, some of this stuff is actually gold. Like some of this stuff you're going to be able to take and turn it into some positive new experience. Whether it be some project you're going to be working on, something artistic that you're expressing. Writing has been coming up for a lot of the signs the past few weeks. Maybe you're writing a book or a novel and you're putting bits and pieces of your experience in there. But overall, you're seeing that each one of these experiences that you had that you might be mourning or releasing are really just these little tools that have been handed to you that you're going to be able to use on the remainder of your journey. So you're being able to pick the benefit out of it. That's how that's coming up for me. Let's go ahead and take a look at your moon message for the week, Scorpio. I'm just yapping away here. And again, be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. As some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do if you click on the Calendly link in the description. All right, my darlings. We have creation. See? And that really kind of hits home with what I was saying about this. Like, this stuff's coming to the surface and you're realizing it's gold. It's things that you're going to be able to use and that you're making in your new journey as you're setting roots down for yourself as well. So it says Beaver Moon. creation beaver moon. I think we just had a beaver moon, or are we coming into a beaver moon? Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. Hold on. Let me put you on pause and look up this beaver moon. It's in November. I knew we were like the fall season. There was a beaver moon, and I guess Native Americans called it that because it was like the time that they would like trap the beavers to get the furs. Oh God, I'm gonna stop. Some of you are like already having a field day probably with that. I know Scorpios, we can kind of have our mind in the gutter sometimes, but I think it's one of our endearing qualities. But anyway, so this particular moon, I'm gonna stop saying that, it's gonna be in November. Okay, so this is saying whatever's happening in this full moon, Scorpio, whatever you're gonna be releasing, it may carry on in through November. So you may be purging and getting rid of some really, really, really buried stuff. This doesn't mean that you're going to be incapacitated. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to go to work or have a normal social life. You just may be kind of laying low. You just might not be as active as you used to be. You may be just kind of just taking some time and just taking it easy. Or if you are being active, you might be more in the mood to do like really kick back or chill things. Like if you are spending time with friends or family or dating, like maybe you're just wanting to do more low-key kind of stuff. But I feel like the release that's beginning with this whole vulnerability and you know, getting rid of the buried stuff and being ready to be seen and being able to receive attention. I feel like a lot of the stuff that's being released may even be like really, really things from like past lives and things like that. So the process is starting this week and it'll probably go in through November. But because we have the creation card here, I feel like something is happening, part of the release that's actually going to be more along the lines of you're creating something, okay? Either you're doing something artistic, like you're painting, or you're writing, or you're doing something, a screenplay, or you're doing something, creating some kind of like self-help book, or like a charity or organization, or something along the lines of activism. That's gonna be where your release is going into. Okay, you're creating something and that's where the release is going into. So you might surprise yourself. You might kind of get bit by this little, you know, inspiration bug this week that kind of hits you out of nowhere. And before you know it, by November, you may have some kind of body of work that you're ready to put out there, that you're able to release, or at least begin editing, like getting it ready to release. But you're going to have some like fairly completed body of work in a very short period of time, because November sounds like it's a far long way away, but it's really not. I mean, it's going to be halfway between September already, almost, by the end of this week. And then, you know, we'll have October and November. So I do feel there's some kind of body of work that you all will be releasing. And then these scrolls here are like jumping out at me. So I feel like a part of the release is some information is opening up for you. Like in the Bible, when it says, like, you know, the scrolls were opened, like secrets were being revealed through spirit. So I do feel for some of you, you're finally getting some answers about things that you went through that didn't make sense, or that are fuzzy, or bits of information that you need so that you can release or heal from something. You are accessing that information between now and November. Okay, so it's big, it's heavy stuff, Scorpio. It's not surprising, because last week's reading was, you know, kind of hinting on that there was big changes coming, and you know, we're coming into Scorpio season not that far from now. So, whew, it's gonna be a fun one, guys. So let's all buckle up, because it's gonna be go time. All right, my dears. Again, watch your moon sign, rising sign. Go ahead and book a private reading if you would like on the Calendly link. And if you're looking for love readings, you can go ahead and click on the love readings for September. There's a link in the description there. If you want to know more about the cards I used and check them out, as always, link in the description to check out the cards. And I thank you, my darlings, for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I am wishing you a fabulous week.